we had pretty much lost this, well, I don't know, this probably 10, 15 acres right in through here. We'd lost it as far as being able to use it to be able to graze or even be able to ride across to get, it was just this was one of my pains in my side. My name is Stran Smith. I'm from Childress, Texas. The ranch is in Tail, Texas, and I'm a retired calf roper that rodeoed for about 25 years professionally. Now I run and manage the ranch out here, and I raise registered cows and sell registered bulls for seed stock, and I'm husband, dad, son, brother. I got quite a few titles. I guess probably the one I'm most proud of is with our company with STS Ranch, where I'm the crash test dummy. So usually if products make it through me, then we put them in the line and we'll call them good. And if somebody's crazy enough to do some of the things that we do to them, then we'll, you know, good. God bless them. We've been here on this ranch for about 5 generations. I was born and raised right here. I've lived here my whole life. Maintaining this property for me it's very important, because I want this to, my dad's goal has always been every year at the end of that year to have bettered the ranch. Our need out here is something that will take care of a mesquite tree. In fact, I love trees, I hate mesquites, so I hate to even put them in the same category as a tree. They're a nuisance, is what they are. This was just solid. You couldn't even walk through here, much less ride a horse through here. So we just came in and dropped down and went at it, and we just mulched everything with the mulcher. And you can see how this Bermuda grass since then has just taken off. This was just bare ground right here. We ride a lot out here, and that's the only way really. There's no, you can ride a 4-wheeler out here, but you'd be doing more walking than you would anything. So I need to be able to control the brush, not only for the ground, for us to be able to grow more grass, but for us to actually be able to have a visual of these. You know, there's millions of places cows can hide their calves out here, and this little John Deere is the biggest John Deere that they make, but it's not big enough to be able to handle these mesquite trees with a grubber on it. Now with the Diamond Mulcher, it can handle any tree that you put up against it that's on this ranch. It amazed me how easily it handled such a big tree, and not only just cut them down, but was able to just disintegrate the trees, mulch them up into just fine pieces that you're like, where'd the tree go? Kind of a deal. And there is there's no tree left. It's gone. It's just in small mulched pieces that will go to nothing. You really don't run into anything that you can't handle. If you're pretty good and you know how to work the machine just right, you can get them in one swath. You can cut them off and suck them in and spit them out all in one, and that's when you really, that's one of those deals you kind of want to throw your chest out just a little bit when everything works just right. It's kind of like making a really good calf rope and run. You tie one really fast, you throw your hands up and kind of throw your chest out just a little bit because you feel good about it. To get rid of that tree, you want to cut it off, and then you want to come in and you want to spray that root within a matter of minutes of cutting it off. Where it's cut will clot over. If you'll get it when it's freshly cut, and you can spray it with a chemical, and we spray it with diesel also to be able to really let it penetrate into that root system, because if you don't, that root system's still alive down below ground. It's different than most trees, and this is the best treatment, I feel like, to be able to get rid of mesquites, because you're not disturbing the ground. You're not creating a huge hole by grubbing. And then you've got when you do grub, you've got your stump and your tree that you have to deal with. After you grub it, then you rake it and pile it up. Now we got to burn this. And until then, you've got this mess for a good snake habitat, I guess. I really like being able to cut them off and treat it with chemical, because it doesn't disturb the ground, doesn't disturb your grass, doesn't disturb your cover, and everything can kind of go on as life as normal just without a mesquite there. I feel like that we can probably do, I would say, somewhere between 2 to 3 acres an hour, maybe even more. It's just like you set a bomb off on that tree. It just disintegrates the trees, and it almost becomes something it's not like you're working whenever you're running it, because it's really actually pretty fun. But I hate mesquite trees so bad. That's maybe I got a little sickness against them. For me, I've rodeoed professionally for 25 years, and so I think I've had 7 or 8 surgeries, and my body's been down the road and taken some abuse along the way. I used to come out here and grub, and grubbing on a skid steer is not very, I'd say it's pretty rough on your body. As far as you're taking a lot of jamming and hitting, and it's not easy on your machine. This mulcher was an alternative to that, to where me physically, it helped me out almost as much as it did for my land. It helped me that much physically also to be able to operate the machine. The mulcher has been basically maintenance free. I think we've hit the blades maybe twice, 3 times. Okay, I'm just getting a signal from the back. We've done it 3 times. And that's all we've done. We haven't had to do anything. I mean, we've tested it pretty good, as far as we've hit a few things we probably shouldn't have hit. You know, we've hit a few rock, we've hit a little bit of metal, we've had to cut one piece out with a cutting torch, but basically it's been maintenance free. We haven't had to do anything to really keep this. We hook onto it, and in a matter of 20 seconds, you're ready to go. The machine is basically indestructible. You can't tear it up. We hadn't been able to mess it up. Here's the thing, it's like a good horse. Once you've tested it, you've kind of been in the fire, so to speak, with a piece of equipment or with an animal, and they've performed and they've done their job, it helps you to do your job, and then at the end of the day, that's really what we want to go home and be able to have accomplished. You can be just a calf roper, goofy calf roper, retired guy, and still be able to learn how to run this machine in a matter of minutes. I can't think of anything that I would change. Really, I don't. Nothing. I wouldn't even change the color. So there you go. And I usually always change the color. I always change the name of every horse I have, so I wouldn't even change the name. Diamond has been great to me, been great for me. They've worked with us, have been here 2 or 3 times to help us to be able to set up, run, be able to understand the piece of equipment. Anytime I have a question, they're just a phone call away to be able to answer anything that I have asked. For me, it's been probably the best attachment I have ever bought for my skid steer. So it's something that we will never be without around here, because we'll always have a job for it. We will attack these mesquite trees around here on this ranch with a Diamond mulcher from now on.